Walker Group's top-floor boardroom is all glass, marble, and quiet power. A billion-dollar partnership sits on the screen. Leon Walker sits at the head of the table, black suit, expression flat, eyes sharp. Executives speak in careful sentences. A presentation clicks forward. No one interrupts Leon. No one dares. Then the door bangs open. A young woman stumbles in, arms full of folders. Sorry, I need Leon Walker to sign this right now. Every head turns. Her intern badge swings on a lanyard. Her ponytail is half loose. There is a small coffee smudge on her cheek, like she lost a fight with a latte. Leon lifts his gaze. His voice is a clean blade. Who let you in? Get out. It is from legal. She says fast, words tripping over each other. They said it has to be today. I ran to the wrong floor and out. Leon repeats. Colder, slower. She freezes, then tries to retreat. The folders tilt. Paper slides across the carpet like a snowstorm. Oh my God. She whispers. I am so sorry. She drops to her knees, scrambling to gather pages. In her panic, her fingertips brush the toe of Leon's shoe. The room reacts like she pulled a fire alarm. Leon pushes his chair back. The scrape is loud. His jaw tightens as if he is holding back a storm. From the corner, Alfred, the Walker family butler, steps forward. Silver hair, steady hands, calm eyes. He kneels and stacks the papers with surgeon care. Miss Carter, he says gently, reading her badge. Please breathe. We will fix this. Susie blinks at him. You know my name? Alfred offers a small, practiced smile. I know most things in this building. He rises, papers neatly aligned, then turns to Leon and releases a long, patient sigh. Sir, Alfred says, voice polite. It has been quite a while since you have been this expressive. Even sending someone away has ceremony. Leon's eyes narrow. Alfred. Of course, sir. Alfred says, perfectly straight-faced. He guides Susie out before she can melt into the carpet. In a quiet lounge, Susie grips a water glass with trembling hands. Does he hate me? She whispers. Did I ruin everything? Alfred pours tea as if it is a normal Tuesday. He sighs again, softer. Our young master does not hate easily. He simply does not practice warmth. Earlier, he spoke to you twice. Susie stares. He said 2 words. Alfred nods gravely. Exactly. Susie looks down at her stained uniform. I should quit. Please do not. Alfred says. Mr. Walker dislikes surprises. Your resignation would be a surprise. Susie snorts, then covers her mouth. She cannot believe she almost laughed in a building this expensive. Back in his office later, Leon signs the urgent document without looking at it. He tells himself the intern is a nuisance. He also cannot forget the coffee smudge on her cheek, like a tiny flag planted in his perfect world. Susie returns to her desk like she escaped a crime scene. Her roommate and best friend, Lily Green, pops up with bright eyes. You are alive. Lily says. Tell me everything. I ran into a boardroom. Susie whispers. He told me to get out. And his butler sighed at him like a disappointed parent. Lily clutches her chest. A butler. Of course he has a butler. I am sorry, but you just unlocked the rich people expansion pack. Susie groans. This is not funny. It is a little funny. Lily says. Okay, it is very funny. Did he look at you? He looked like I ruined his bloodline. Susie mutters. That evening, Alfred brings Leon coffee and the signed legal file. Leon does not ask how Alfred knows he skipped lunch. Alfred knows everything. Alfred sets the cup down and sighs with emphasis. Sir, it has been some time since you reacted to a person in the wild. I did not react. Leon says. Alfred's eyebrows lift. Then perhaps the air froze for fun. Leon clicks his mouse harder than necessary. Why are we discussing an intern? Because you asked HR for her file last night. Alfred replies calmly. Leon's hand stills. He says nothing. Alfred continues. Miss Carter is a bilingual intern translator. Bright, clumsy, harmless. She thinks you plan to fire her. She should not run into my meetings. Leon says. She ran through the wrong door. Alfred replies. That is not a crime, sir. It is a comedy. It will likely happen again, because Miss Carter is built like a magnet for trouble. Leon finally looks up. It will not happen again. Alfred sighs like a teacher hearing a bad lie. As you wish, sir. The next morning, Leon takes the employee elevator for the first time in years. He tells himself it is faster. It is not. He tells himself it is strategic. It is also not. The doors open. Susie stands inside, balancing a coffee and a stack of folders. She sees him and nearly drops everything. "Good morning, Mr. Walker," she squeaks. Leon nods once. "Morning." The elevator descends in silence. Susie keeps trying to shrink into the corner. Leon keeps pretending he is reading emails, but his eyes flip to her reflection in the steel panel. At the 15th floor, Susie escapes. She moves so fast her badge smacks her chest. In the hallway, Alfred appears as if summoned. He watches Susie run, then sighs with quiet amusement. "Sir, your coincidences are becoming very specific." Leon walks away without answering. His ears feel hot, which is unacceptable. Susie creates rules. If she sees Leon, she pivots. If she hears his name, she ducks. If she smells expensive cologne and executive silence, she changes directions. It works until it does not. In the break area, she reaches for sugar. A long arm reaches too. Their fingers collide. Susie looks up. Leon Walker, black coffee in hand, expression carved from stone. She jerks back. Her elbow hits her own cup. Coffee arcs through the air and lands on his suit. Time stops. Susie goes pale. "I am so sorry. I swear I am not doing this on purpose." Leon looks down at the stain. His jaw tightens. Then he says, surprisingly quiet, "It is fine." Susie blinks. "You are not going to freeze me." "It is a suit," Leon says. "It can be replaced." Susie fumbles for napkins. Her hands shake. She wipes at the stain like the suit is a wound she caused. Leon catches her wrist gently, but the touch still feels like lightning. "Stop," he says. "Your hand is shaking." Susie freezes. Her throat tightens. I really need this job." Leon releases her as if he touched a live wire. His voice returns to flat. "Do your work. You are fine." Alfred arrives with a towel as if he has radar for romantic disasters. He helps Leon dab the stain, then sighs. "Sir, it has been quite some time since you tolerated being spilled on. Most people who spill coffee do not survive the next hour." Leon closes his eyes. "Stop." Alfred stays innocent. "I am only breathing with sadness." Susie laughs in spite of herself, then panics because she laughed. She bolts. That night, Susie stays late to translate a contract full of jargon. Her eyes cross. Her brain feels like mashed potatoes. At 7, a tray appears on her desk. Soup, bread, and a simple note in clean handwriting. "Eat." Susie looks around. Only Alfred is visible at the end of the aisle, inspecting a plant like it is urgent business. She walks over. "Mr. Alfred, did you send this?" Alfred sighs. "Perhaps the building cares for your health." Susie squints. It is him. "Mr. Walker is committed to employee wellness." Alfred says, perfectly serious. "It is terrifying." Susie sits and eats. The soup is very good soup. Her shoulders finally drop. Behind glass, Leon watches her smile at the tray. He tells himself it is nothing. The lie feels thinner every day. Emily Davis, marketing manager, has wanted Leon for years. She has also wanted control for longer. When she notices Leon's gaze drifting toward an intern, her smile stays perfect, but her eyes sharpen. She drops a thick contract on Susie's desk. "Translate this by tomorrow. If there are mistakes, you are done." Susie stares at the pages. They are dense. They are cruel. They are full of terms she never saw in school. "I am just an intern," Susie says carefully. "Should this not go to the senior translators?" Emily smiles. "I want to see your potential." Lily hears about it and nearly chokes. "She wants to bury you alive." Susie works late, fueled by panic and too much coffee. Lily finds a so-called reference translation from a friend of a friend. Susie uses it because she has no choice. The next day, Emily calls a review meeting and projects Susie's work. She points to errors with fake shock. "Unacceptable," Emily says. "I do not think you belong here." Susie's face burns. "I checked dash." The door opens. Leon steps in, silent and deadly. He scans the screen, then turns to Emily. "Where did the reference translation come from?" he asks. Emily hesitates. "It is internal support." Leon holds out his hand. "Show me." He reads one page, then looks up. His voice turns to ice. "This was created last week. It came from your team." Emily stammers. Leon cuts her off. "This is sabotage. You are suspended pending review." The room goes so quiet Susie can hear her own heartbeat. Leon turns to Susie. His tone softens by one dangerous degree. "Next time, come to me. And do not accept help from unknown sources." Susie stares, stunned. Her heart does something stupid and loud. "Yes, Mr. Walker." As people file out, Alfred appears in the doorway, Perfectly timed. He sighs, satisfied. Sir, it has been quite some time since you defended someone this publicly. Almost romantic. Leon's ears redden. Alfred. Enough. Outside, Lily grabs Susie by the shoulders. He saved you. That was not corporate. That was personal. Susie tries to deny it, but her smile betrays her. She keeps it anyway. Lily convinces Susie to bring Leon a gift. Feed him. Lily says. Men like that need proof warmth exists. Susie bakes chocolate chip cookies and wraps them in a neat box. At work, she waits by the elevators with sweaty palms. Leon steps out, phone in hand, face unreadable. Susie thrusts the box forward. Thank you. She blurts. For helping me. For not firing me. Leon looks at the ribbon. For a heartbeat, his eyes soften. Then his armor snaps back. I do not eat sweets. He says. Susie's smile drops. Oh, sorry. Leon walks away, like he did not just crack something inside her with one sentence. Alfred appears and gently takes the box. He sighs. Our young master does not eat sweets publicly. Susie blinks. So he does eat sweets. Alfred nods once, solemn. He will eat them privately and pretend he did not. It is a tradition. In Leon's office, Alfred sets the box down. Leon stares at his screen for 2 full minutes. Then he opens it like it is classified material. He bites one cookie. The taste is simple, warm, and ridiculous. He eats another. He is reaching for a third when the door creaks. Susie stops in the doorway with a file in hand, eyes wide. Leon freezes with a cookie mid-air. This is not what it looks like. He says. Susie's grin spreads. It looks like you eat sweets. Leon straightens. It is quality control. Alfred appears behind Susie like a smug ghost and sighs loudly. Sir, it has been quite some time since you have been caught being human. Susie laughs all the way back to her desk. Leon watches her go and feels something in his chest loosen, like a not giving up. After that, Leon invents reasons to call Susie in. Translation tasks that could have been emailed. Short meetings with no agenda. A question about a word he clearly already knows. Susie starts to suspect the truth. It makes her cheeks warm. It also makes her clumsiness triple. Alfred, passing by, sighs as if he is witnessing a slow-motion collapse of a man who once believed he had control. Susie stops running. Leon notices. Alfred notices the noticing. Lily notices everything. Because Lily is built for gossip like a shark is built for water. Leon starts creating excuses. Translation tasks. Old meeting notes. Draft speeches for events. Anything that puts Susie in his office long enough for him to confirm she is real. One afternoon, Susie finishes a folder and checks her phone. She smiles at the screen. Leon hears his own voice before he can stop it. Who is that? Susie looks up, surprised. My friend from grad school. He is in town. He wants to catch up. Leon nods like he does not care. Fine. Then he adds, too quickly. Where? Susie blinks. Midtown, a diner. Leon turns back to his laptop. Do not stay out late. Susie stands there stunned. Yes, Mr. Walker. Then she realizes what she just agreed to and flees. Alfred walks in with a folder and sighs. It has been quite some time since you issued a bedtime order, sir. It was advice. Leon says. Alfred nods. Advice. To an intern. About her evening. Very corporate. That night, Leon ends up at the diner. Not inside. Outside. He tells himself he is checking security in Midtown. He has never checked security in Midtown in his life. Through the window he sees Susie laughing with a tall man in a navy blazer. The man leans close. Leon walks toward the door before he can stop himself. Alfred's voice appears behind him like a conscience. Sir. He sighs. You are about to interrupt a normal conversation. That would be an exciting mistake. Leon pauses, then strides in anyway. And you are? Leon asks, voice flat. The man smiles. Ben Carter. Her brother. Leon freezes. Susie groans. Ben. Ben grins at Leon. So you are the Ice King. You made my sister cry, then your butler adopted her. Susie hisses. Stop. Alfred sighs at Leon's shoulder, delighted. Sir, you have been jealous of her brother for 30 seconds. A personal record. Leon says through his teeth. I am not jealous. Ben leans towards Susie and whispers loudly on purpose. I approve. He looks like he has never smiled. He needs you. Susie kicks Ben under the table. Ben yelps dramatically. Leon clears his throat, stiff and blunt. Dinner. Friday. Just us. Susie's eyes widen. It is a date. It is dinner. Leon insists. It is a date. Susie repeats, smiling. Leon looks at Alfred as if to blame him. Alfred sighs like a man watching history. Finally, sir. Friday arrives too fast. Lily tries to coach Susie. Smile but not too much. Flirt but not too hard. Do not spill anything. Actually, do not touch any liquids at all. Susie stares at her closet and feels like she is preparing for battle. Why is this scary? It is just dinner. It is dinner with the richest ice cube in Manhattan. Lily says. Of course it is scary. At work, Susie is assigned to interpret for a visiting client from overseas. The meeting is high level. Leon will be there. Susie almost faints. In the boardroom, Susie sits beside Leon with a headset, hands folded tight. Leon speaks, calm and precise. The client responds quickly, with slang and speed. Susie keeps up, switching languages like it is breathing. Halfway through, a misunderstanding hits. A joke lands wrong. The room tenses. Leon turns his head slightly toward Susie. Susie leans in and whispers. He is teasing. It is a compliment. Do not take it as a challenge. Leon pauses, then nods once and shifts his response. The tension breaks. Laughter returns. The deal moves forward. When the meeting ends, the client shakes Susie's hand. You are very good, he says. Very sharp. Susie smiles, exhausted. Thank you. Leon says nothing in front of others. He only holds the door for her. He only slows his stride to match hers. Small things. Loud things, if you know how to listen. In the hall, Alfred appears as if summoned by romance. He sighs. Sir, you held the door. Scandalous. Leon walks faster. Susie bites her lip to stop laughing. Later, Leon calls Susie into his office. She braces for criticism. Instead, Leon says quietly. You handled that well. Thank you. Susie's heart trips. It was my job. Leon nods. Then his voice turns awkward, like the words are too large for his mouth. Tonight. 7. I will pick you up. Susie swallows. Okay. As she leaves, Alfred crosses her path with a tray. He sighs at her like a blessing. Good luck, Miss Carter. Please do not break him. He is expensive. Susie laughs all the way to the elevator. Leon arrives exactly at 7. Not 7:01. Not 6:59. Exactly 7, like punctuality can protect him. Susie steps out of the lobby in a simple dress she borrowed from Lily. Her hair is neat. Her hands are shaking anyway. Leon opens the car door. Susie blinks. You can do that. Leon exhales. I can learn. Dinner is warm, simple, and quiet in the best way. Susie talks about her dreams. Leon listens like it is a new language he wants to master. When the waiter brings dessert, Susie slides the menu toward Leon. Quality control, she says. Leon stares at her, then huffs. He orders cake. Susie grins like she won a war. They walk outside afterward, Manhattan noise around them. Susie bumps his shoulder lightly. So, do you always act like you hate cookies? Leon looks ahead. I do not hate cookies. You told me you do not eat sweets. I said I do not eat sweets. Leon corrects. That is different. Susie laughs. It is not. Leon stops at a crosswalk. His face stays controlled, but his voice shifts lower. I did not want you to think I was easy. Susie stares at him. Easy. You are a billionaire. No one thinks you are easy. Leon looks offended. I can be difficult. That part is obvious. Susie says, smiling. Leon hesitates, then says. When you walked into that boardroom, I was angry. Then you apologized, and you looked like you might cry. I could not stop thinking about it. Susie's chest tightens. You were awful to me. I know. Leon says, blunt. It was a mistake. I do not make many mistakes. That one was loud. Susie laughs softly. That is the nicest apology I have ever received. Then her smile fades. Are you going to keep being cold when you are scared? Leon's jaw tightens. He looks like he is fighting himself. I am trying. I am not good at this. Susie steps closer. Then keep trying. I can handle awkward. I cannot handle cruel. Leon nods once, like an oath. I will not be cruel. At her door, Leon pauses. He wants to say something, then fails. Susie saves him. Good night, Leon. Leon blinks at his first name, as if it is a gift he did not earn. Good night, Susie. From the street, Alfred watches from the car and sighs softly, satisfied. Emily returns from suspension smiling too sweetly. She cannot touch Leon directly, so she aims at Susie. She starts small. A missing memo. A changed meeting time. A coworker whispering. Do you know why the boss likes her? Susie tries to ignore it. She is an intern. She is temporary. She can survive anything if she keeps her head down. Then the rumor hits like a slap. A blurry photo. Susie leaning close to a man outside a bar. A caption someone typed in the group chat. Intern working overtime on her career. Susie sees it on Lily's phone and feels her stomach drop. It is fake. She whispers. I do not even go to bars. Lily is furious. I am going to fight a marketing manager in a hallway. Please do not. Susie says. I need this internship. I do not need jail. Leon sees it at noon. His chest tightens. Fear grabs the wheel. He calls Susie in and holds up the phone. What is this? He asks. Susie goes pale. It is fake. I do not even know him. Leon wants to believe her. He does. But the old part of him, the part that learned early that love is leverage, flares up. I do not want explanations. He says, cold. Susie stares like he slapped her. So you believe it. Leon says nothing. That silence is the worst answer. Susie turns and leaves with her spine straight and her eyes wet. She makes it to the elevator before she breaks. That night, she types a resignation email and deletes it. Then she types it again and does not delete it. She sends it. Lily finds her on the couch at home, eyes red. You quit. Lily says, horrified. I did not quit. Susie whispers. I escaped. It is different. Lily sits beside her and takes her hand. He is an idiot. Lily says. But he is your idiot. Do you want him to fix it? Susie swallows. I want him to trust me. If he cannot, I cannot stay. In the Walker penthouse, Leon reads Susie's resignation email and feels the floor move. He stares at the words as if they are a verdict. Alfred enters Leon's office without knocking. That alone is a storm. Leon looks up, jaw tight. She resigned. Yes. Alfred says. Then he sighs, and the sigh is not playful this time. It is heavy. It is disappointed. Leon stands. She should not have done that. Alfred sets a folder on the desk. IT confirms the image is doctored. The source traces back to Miss Davis. Also, Miss Davis has been using company resources to track Miss Carter's schedule. Leon's stomach drops. He grabs the folder, flipping pages fast. I will handle Emily. Leon says, voice sharp. But Susie dash. Sir. Alfred cuts in, calm but firm. You already handled Susie. Badly. Leon flinches. He hates that he flinches. Alfred sighs again. I raised you. I know what fear looks like on your face. You learned to freeze people out before they could leave you. It kept you safe. It also kept you alone. Leon swallows. Do not psychoanalyze me. I am not. Alfred says. I am stating facts. Miss Carter walked into your life by accident. She did not ask for your money. She asked for a signature. You punished her for existing, then you rescued her, then you punished her again. Leon's voice goes low. I did not want to be used. Alfred's eyes soften. And she did not want to be doubted. 2 fears, 1 disaster. Leon looks away. His hands shake, just slightly. I do not know how to do this right. Alfred sighs, but the edge is gone. Then do the only sensible thing. Go to her. Apologize like a human. Do not hide behind your title. Leon grabs his coat. Where is she? Lobby fountain. Alfred says, like he already knew. She always sits there when she is hurt. I know because I watched her do it after the boardroom. And I did not tell you, because I wanted you to notice on your own. That was my mistake. Go fix yours. Leon is already moving. Susie sits by the lobby fountain after hours, knees pulled up, eyes red. She hates crying in public. She hates that she cannot stop. Footsteps approach. Slow. Careful. Leon stops in front of her. He looks too polished for this messy moment. He still looks like he belongs in a magazine. Susie wants to hate him for that. Susie. He says, voice rough. I was wrong. She wipes her face and glares. You said you did not care. I cared. Leon admits. That is why I panicked. I do not know how to be soft without feeling weak. Susie lets out a shaky laugh. You are terrible at feelings. I know. Leon says. But I like you. I like you so much it scares me. Susie studies him, searching for the lie. She does not find it. That makes her even angrier. If you want me. She says, voice trembling. You trust me. Or you leave me alone. Leon nods, firm. I trust you. No more walls. Susie swallows. Prove it. Leon takes out his phone, opens a group chat, and types one sentence. He shows her the screen. Anyone spreading rumors about Susie Carter will be disciplined. Emily Davis is terminated effective immediately. Do not test me. Susie blinks. That is very dramatic. Leon exhales. It is honest. I am not subtle. Susie's laugh breaks through her tears. That part is obvious. Leon hesitates, then lowers himself on the edge of the fountain. He looks ridiculous in a suit, sitting like a teenager with a guilty conscience. I am sorry. He says again. Not sharp, not controlled, just sorry. Susie's chest tightens. I am not a strategy. She whispers. I am not a prize. I am not a rumor. I know. Leon says, steady. You are Susie. And I want you in my life. If you will let me. Susie looks at him for a long moment. Then she nods once. Okay. But you owe me a real date. And you owe Alfred an apology too. Leon blinks. Why Alfred? Susie points weakly at the corner. Alfred stands there, hands folded, pretending he is not watching. He sighs when Leon looks at him. Leon sighs back, like a man surrendering. Thank you, Alfred. Alfred bows his head, satisfied. You are welcome, sir. Emily is gone. The office feels lighter, like someone opened a window. Leon does not hide after the fountain. He does not know how to do romance smoothly, so he does it loudly. He brings Susie coffee in the morning, then pretends it was leftover. Susie raises an eyebrow. There is foam art. It was accidental. Leon says. Alfred sighs nearby. It was not accidental. Walker Group's annual gala arrives. Chandeliers, cameras, perfect smiles. Susie steps in beside Leon, nervous but brave. Leon squeezes her hand once. She squeezes back. It is a tiny agreement. It feels huge. Alfred trails behind, hands folded, pride in his posture. He sighs once, satisfied. Leon takes the stage. The room quiets. This is Susie Carter. Leon says into the microphone. She is my girlfriend. And I am not interested in anyone's opinion about it. Applause rises. Murmurs follow. Some people look shocked. Some look delighted. Some look like they are updating spreadsheets in their heads. Victoria Walker, Leon's mother, approaches Susie. Susie braces. Victoria smiles gently. I have heard you make my son laugh. For that, you are welcome here. Susie blinks, then smiles back. Thank you, ma'am. I will keep trying. On the terrace later, city lights shimmer below. Leon holds Susie's hands. I used to think love was a distraction. Leon says. I was wrong. It is a direction. Susie grins. You sound like a motivational poster. Leon huffs. Do not ruin it. I am not. Susie says. I am keeping you honest. Leon kisses her, slow and sure. Inside, Alfred watches the closed terrace doors and sighs, deeply content. Sir, it has been quite some time since you have been this happy. May it become a habit. Weeks later, Susie finds a small velvet box on her desk. Inside is a key, not a ring. A key to Leon's place, and a note in his clean, blunt handwriting. No more running. Susie smiles so hard her cheeks hurt. She texts him. Quality control. I accept. Leon replies 1 second later. Good. Alfred, passing behind Leon's chair, sighs like a man who finally gets to retire from matchmaking. Then he sighs again, just because it is his favorite hobby.